Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the year ahead forecast for each life path number. Now, keep in mind, these forecasts are going to be different than your own personal year ahead forecast. They will be relevant and you will feel these energies. However, if you're looking for sort of a more dialed in version, then I highly recommend a year ahead forecast, a personal year ahead forecast, where we'll look at your own personal numerology. Because again, the calculations are very different for this reading and for the personal year ahead forecast. So if you're interested in that, then you can book some time with me. And really anytime it's a good time to get a year ahead forecast. It'll give you an insight into the following 12 months and what they could bring and the types of energies you'll be working with. And it's broken down month by month, as well as an overview for the year ahead. If you're interested in that, anytime's a good time, but this is a great time because I'm recording this in the beginning of November. And so if you book now, you will get November and December of 2023, as well as January through December 2024. So you're getting a couple of months extra thrown in there. So if you're interested in that, then book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. All right, so let's take a look at what could be coming up. So first and foremost, and this is relevant for every life path number, collectively, we are going to be working with the energy of the 8. Okay, so 2024 is an 8 universal cycle. So this is going to bring in key themes around money, control, or our relationship to money. Or our relationship to people in some degree of power or control or abundance. Also, it can bring up power struggles, as well as empowerment. So we could have opportunities show up this year to step into greater self-empowerment or to alleviate or find solutions for power struggles and how those may show up. This is also going to be a year that'll focus on authority and how to take authority within your own life, as well as manage your own life. So really when the 8 comes through in a cycle, we're being asked to take responsibility for our own journey, okay? And be very mindful of how we are showing up to the greater collective and how our actions have a greater influence or impact on the all, right? So this year is also going to bring into focus a lot about integrity and where there might be a lack of integrity and where there needs to be a boost in integrity. And remember, this can also happen on the global stage because this is the universal cycle. But we will feel these themes very strongly within our own journey as well. There could be things that come up around opportunities for success, abundance, progression when it comes to your career or your expertise. You might want to hone in on on certain skills and then express those skills in a way where you're sharing your wisdom, your knowledge to, again, assist in bettering another, right? In there, as far as their business or their career or whatever the case may be. When the 8 comes through in a cycle, this is a great time to use your own power, influence, status, money, resources to help to uplift, empower, inspire another. So opening doors for others, giving them an opportunity that they might not have had if you did not extend that offer. So when the 8 comes into play, it's really sort of trying to balance where there's integrity and where there isn't. And we can see that potentially come in around money, resources, power this year, again, on a global stage. So we could see some things crumble. We could see some shocking events that look to equalize power, money, resources, to bring it back into integrity, or at least initiate that process. Anytime we have an 8 cycle, we're being asked to have some level of spiritual evolution on the material plane. The 8 governs or is in charge of the material plane. It is very connected to the spiritual realm as well, but is very focused on the material plane. So it will bring into focus, again, on a global stage as well as individually, where it is that we could evolve a bit more when it comes to, again, our relationship to money, power, status, influence, all of those things. How can we infuse more integrity into those areas of our own life? And then again, on the larger arena, we could be looking at our relationship again to money, and where it is that maybe we give our power away when it comes to money or status or any of those things that I mentioned. So again, at the core of this, it's about self-empowerment. It's also about using that self-empowerment to uplift, empower, inspire others. So it becomes this sort of synergy where we're working together and merging our wisdom, our expertise, our abundance to uplift, empower, inspire the greater good through our own actions. I would also say there could be an influence, or there could be a strong pull to get very serious and focused on what it is that you feel called to become the expert in, right? So there may be something that has been pulling at you to really sort of invest the time and energy and resources into it so that you can step into that sort of mastery of whatever that is. And it doesn't have to be career related. It could be just your own personal growth and evolution, however it comes in for you. But there's definitely something about mastery and sort of authority in some area. And that doesn't mean that it's better than or less than anybody else. It just means that we are all experts at something eventually. And when we share that expertise, we contribute to the greater good. So all of these themes could be coming up this year for a greater reflection, and to kind of see where it is that we can make some adjustments or modifications to really step into this 8 cycle and what it has to offer. Also, themes of control could be coming up. And sometimes we have to reach a boiling point before we start to see the resolution or the solutions. So on a global stage, we may see things bubbling to the surface about control. And regardless of, there's so many ways that could come in. But also in our own lives, where is it that we're trying to have control over a situation or a person or something? And it's actually self-sabotaging us. So all these themes could be coming in this year at some point to be worked with more deeply and to be adjusted and to step into the higher octave of the 8, which again, really at its core has to do with integrity. So with that being said, let's take a look at each individual life path number. Life path 3. So you all are working with just incredibly beautiful energy this year. So of course, you're working with the 8 energy. We're all doing that. But you all are going to be working with the energy of the 11-2. And I pulled an animal wisdom message for you all, and you got stag energy. So there is a lot here about being the inspirational leader, going after your big hopes and dreams and inspirations, and really doing something with them, like being a trailblazer in a sense, but in a way that is very unique for you and that truly lights you up and inspires you. So you are 1000% getting the green light, and probably will see the resources, the assistance, the opportunities present themselves to you this year to do something that maybe you've been thinking about or wishing for and hoping for and all those things. And this may be the year where you're being asked to show up now. It's come in, and now you're going to have to put in the effort and show up for it and make it happen and do it and say yes to it. Because we have this 8 energy, which of course I talked about in the intro, coupled with the 11-2, which the 11-2 is a master level energy. It can bring, and I want to be, transparent about this. Anytime we have an 11-2 cycle, it can bring additional challenges, right? But those challenges are really pushing us, or meant to push us, towards our greater authenticity, like what really lights us up, what feels true for us, what feels unique for us. And for threes, this is important because the 3 is the energy of creation, creativity. So when we have this coupled with 11 energy, it's going to get in there and it's going to shine a light on or confront you in the areas of life where you are making yourself small and minimizing yourself or self-sabotaging yourself because of self-defeating thoughts, etc., etc. So this is that kind of energy where it's like the opportunity presents itself and we could easily say no to it because we talk ourselves out of it. We don't feel worthy. We have lack of confidence. We think of all the things that could go wrong instead of all the things that could go right. We feel like we're not ready. This is that kind of big energy. And when it's coupled with the 8, it's even like it's saying this is a year to absolutely bring those big creative ideas and inspirations to the tangible, right? So we're taking, because the 11-2 energy is sort of a feeling. It's an inspiration. It's what lights us up, right? So for you all, because it's coupled with the collective universal cycle of the 8, there's some bigger idea, some bigger creative project, something that wants to move through you and be created in the physical. And that can be great in theory, and that can be great when we think about it. It can be less intimidating when we're just thinking about it. But when the opportunity presents itself, it's very easy to say no to it and self-sabotage ourselves. It will present itself again, but if it's presenting to you now, you are ready for it. So your job is to sort of be ready to say yes to it when it shows up, whatever that may be. And it's going to require you to, stand up and stand out, to go against the grain potentially, to be viewed as a little bit different, but it's going to be authentic to you. So as far as for a creator, or creative, this is just incredible energy, So I would say if you've wanted to start that podcast or a YouTube channel or write that book or do that, piece of art or something, or some kind of something you've been thinking about that could be a great resource for others and it really lights you up, this is the year to go for it, to make it happen. Now, I will say there's likely going to be that you'll need to collaborate with others on this or ask for assistance where it's needed. And there may be those difficult conversations where someone's pushing back, maybe somebody in an authority figure or somebody of perceived power is pushing back on you. This is the year to stand up for yourself and go for your big dreams. This is absolutely the year for that. And turning those big dreams into something more, into something tangible. Because even with stag energy, this is definitely about connecting to that spiritual side of yourself and bringing it into the very physical plane, right? This is like big business kind of energy. So if you've been thinking about starting your own business, becoming an entrepreneur, or just simply getting your work out into the world, so maybe starting an Etsy channel or an Etsy page. I don't know, right? I'm just throwing things out there. But if you've been thinking about it and it keeps coming in, this is absolutely the year to do it, to make it happen. And it will present, like life will present to you what you need to make it happen. Your job is going to be say yes to it. Like if it feels right, if it lights you up, if you're inspired by it. If you're going to say no to it, make sure you deconstruct that no. Why are you going to say no to it? Is it because of irrational fear? Is it because of just irrational belief systems? Or is it something valid? If it's something valid, that's a different story. We're not going to spend time on that. But if it's coming in for you and you're saying no to it simply because it feels too big, you need to work through that, because this is a year for just tremendous opportunity for growth and creating those bigger ideas, again, into something tangible that has the potential to really have a greater impact. The other thing is too, it's interesting because with stag energy, right? Like this is deer energy ultimately. And what I get from this is, there's something here about community, about greater community. Like I'm thinking of like herd energy, right? Where you sort of look out for each other, you work together, you share ideas, you collaborate. And through that process, the herd thrives. So there is something here where like your greater inspirations, your ideas, there's other people who have something similar, and you can all sort of converge and create something that has the potential to just do big, beautiful things. Or it could be a sort of a community where everybody has its sort of role. And so, someone might have the financial backing. You might have the inspiration or the idea. Somebody else might have the product that you need to make it happen, et cetera, et cetera. So this could be a year where you might have to go out and find it and ask for it and then receive it. But the more you can do that, I think this could be such a big year for you all for really achieving those bigger goals and dreams and making those dreams a reality. Like if ever there was a concoction for making dreams a reality, it's 11-2 energy coupled with 8 energy. Absolutely. Because the 2 and the 8 are part of the manifesting triad, and 11 is the inspiration. So yes, yes, yes. Yes. I love this for threes. This is just such an incredibly beautiful energy for threes, because at your heart and soul, at all of our hearts and souls, but really for a 3, it's like, at your core, you are a creator. So, and you're really meant to step into that in this lifetime. And this year has the potential to just really, really, really set not only the foundation, but really set you on the trajectory for something much, much bigger. That's aligned with your hopes and dreams. So love this for you all. So I hope it's and again, let me just say this before I close out. It's what we do with the energy that makes the difference. So, you could be, a pot of gold could land on your doorstep, but if you don't ever do anything with that pot of gold, you're not going to see any results from it, right? If you just look at it every day, then you're not going to be receiving the abundance that it has for you. So this energy can be present, but if you say no to whatever presents itself to you, or, you're not working with the energy, then you're going to get out of it what you put into it type thing. So I just want to make sure that that's clear. But anyway, big, big year ahead for you all, potentially. I hope it's a great one. Take care. Bye for now.